Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. You know what song has been stuck in my head, and I hate what the only part I know is when he say she gonna call me baby boo. She gonna call me baby boo. I know that's right. She gonna call me baby boo. I tell you, that is the most ghetto song, the most ghettoest song I've ever heard in my entire life. And that's the part that I see people screaming. And that's the part that I've been screaming. She gonna call me baby boo. I think he said she gonna call me baby boo, right? A baby boop? I don't know. It's ghetto, but I've been singing it nonetheless. Anyways, y'all, I just wanted to come down here and give y'all an update on what's going on with the turkey leg hut. Oh my God, today. So this is according to click2houston.com. So man pleads guilty in third ward bar fire tied to turkey leg hut owner. So one of the suspects accused of setting a Houston. I gotta take my glasses off. Great, I know I can't. You know what's so crazy? I was telling y'all this the other day. Well, I think I was talking about it on my Patreon. I cannot see. Ooh, when I tell y'all, my niece pissed me off the other day. Girl, Tatum, baby. Okay, she didn't piss me off, but she really had me frustrated. I was a tad bit upset. Okay, let me tell y'all this story real fast. So, this was it Saturday? Let me go to my text messages. I can't remember, girl. I think it was a Saturday. Oh no. Was it Saturday? Let me see. I know I was going to get my hair cut. I forgot what day it was. Oh, it was Saturday. It was Saturday. It was Saturday. It was Saturday. It was November the 22nd. So I went to go get my hair cut. So I'm at my apartment. My niece texts me, Tatum. She's the oldest. Hey, Uncle Rodney, can we go get ice cream today? So I'm like, ice cream? Girl, why your daddy and your mama can't take it? Okay. Why your mama and your daddy can't take it? Hello? Her daddy had to go to work. Okay, girl. So I'm like, okay. Well, Tatum, I have to go get my hair cut. Blah, blah, blah. So we're texting. Can we please go? Can we please go? I'm like, okay, girl. We can go get ice cream. So I go. I'm at the barbershop. She's still texting me. I'm asking her where does she want to go? Is that the only thing she wants to do? Because quiet as it's kept, I'm not even going to sit here and lie to y'all. It was something that had just happened. And I really didn't want to go because I wanted to come back home and go live. But, everything is not all about going live. I was like, let me go spend some time with my nieces. Girl, I'll just have to probably do like a pre-record, or I just won't be able to go live because girl, you just spend time with your loved ones, child. Everything ain't always about mess, okay? So I'm at the barbershop. It's time for me to get in the chair. I said, Tatum, I'll text you in about 35 minutes. No, I said I'll text you in 35 minutes. I said I'm about to get in the chair. She said okay. I think I text her. I think it was like 40 minutes later. So I'm texting and texting. No response. I'm like, hello? Tatum. I pick up the phone, call her. No response. I called her 3 times back to back. Back to back to back. Okay? Then I said, you know what? Let me just call her mommy. Now I said, no, I'm not calling my sister because, girl, if I'm in communication with you, then that's who I need to be in communication with. I shouldn't have to go through other people to get in contact with you when you text me. So I said, you know what? Let me call Sloan's phone because I know sometimes they're sitting right beside each other. And then Sloan didn't pick up, and so then I heard their iPads. They have iPads. So let me call Bailey's iPad. Bailey iPad rings one time, and guess who on the other end? And guess who pick up the mother? Girl, guess who pick up the phone? Not Bailey, the owner of the iPad, Miss Tatum. Hey, Uncle Rodney. I said, Tatum, I have been trying to get in contact with you to see what the plan is about us going out to get ice cream. I said, I'm really hungry. I said, why have you not picked up your phone? She says, because it's dead. I said, well, Tatum, if you knew that we were in communication with each other, then why would you just sit there and let your phone die? Well, I just put it on the charger. I said, Tatum, I said, what did I say I was going to text you? She said in 35 minutes. I said, I was a few minutes off. I said, but if you knew that you were expecting a text from me, then why is your phone not beside you? Why do I have to go through Sloan and Bailey to get to you when you are the one who texts me about ice cream? I said, I could be at home making a YouTube video. Okay? And she was like, okay. That's all she, okay, Tatum, what are we doing? Because I'm about to go, because now I'm getting frustrated. Because I'm just like, girl, it's so inconsiderate, girl. You text me about ice cream. I'm trying to do the right thing by saying, okay. Because I know, because they be screaming, they live in the suburbs, and, girl, we be bored sometimes and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, well, girl, let me try to get them out the house, right? Let me hang out with them. They said she want to go get ice cream. Let's go get ice cream. It is what it is, girl. I can go live another day. It's not that important. So I'm like, Tatum, I'm on my way. At this point, I'm already on the, what is it called? The tollway. So I get to the house. I think Bailey runs out first. I didn't even get out the car because I was still low-key pissed off. Girl. Bailey runs out the house, Sloan, and then Tatum. They get in the car. And I didn't know if my sister was coming or not. I said, is your mommy coming? She was like, yeah, she's getting dressed. I said, okay. So I said, Tatum. And by this time, girl, we still talking about my sister gets in the car. She said, what's going on? I said, girl, your daughter. Okay. I said, girl, I'm having a conversation with your daughter because I was telling her how it's inconsiderate and rude that she got in contact. I said, Tatum, who texts who first? She said, I text you. I said, what you texting me about? Ice cream. I said, so if we're having a conversation about going to get ice cream, then why are you not responding to my text? Because my iPad died, and then my sister was telling us, she was like, I've told Tatum about that. Like, she'll let her iPad die, and then people are trying to get in contact with her, and it's no response. Girl, why do you wait till the last minute when your iPad dies to go put it on the charger? Okay? So anyways, girl, I was like, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. I'm over it. I mean, no, it does matter. I'm over it. I was like, Tatum, you just got to do better because, like, girl, it's just rude. And I know it's not that big of a deal. I just feel like it's a teaching lesson. I do. I think it's a teachable moment. It's really not that big of a deal. But it is because it's just like you cannot be inconsiderate of other folks' time. Like, you ask people to do something for you, they say yeah, and then when it's time to try to follow up or see what the game plan is, where are we going? Are we going to this place, where did you want to go? Because she can do all that stuff. Where are we going? Dairy Queen? Are we going to the yogurt place up the street? Are we going to this place? Are we going to that place? You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's rude and it's inconsiderate. And it's like you have no respect for other folks' time. You cannot do stuff like that. You cannot ask people to do, especially when you ask, girl. Even if you didn't ask. But you asked me. And I said yes. And then when I try to get in contact with you, girl, you're nowhere to be found. But when I call your sister's phone, girl, you answer the phone on the first ring. Girl. And like I said, I shouldn't have to even go through your sisters to get in contact with you. Anyways, girl, I had to get that off my chest. Okay. But shout out to my niece. She got to do better. But she only 10, though. She only 10. Anyways, but still. Okay. All right, let's get back to what I was talking about. Turkey leg hut. Okay. So again, this is according to click2houston.com. Man pleads guilty in third ward bar fire tied to turkey leg hut owner. So one of the suspects accused of setting a Houston bar on fire in 2020 has pleaded guilty in connection with the crime. Messiah Bryce Shepard has pleaded guilty to a federal charge of conspiracy to commit arson in connection with the fire and explosion at Bar 5015 on June the 12th, 2020. Shepard faces 5 to 20 years in prison. His sentencing has been scheduled for February the 20th, 2026. Shepard is one of the 5 suspects in the case. Court documents allege that the former co-owner of the turkey leg hut, Lindell Lynn Price, Messiah Bryce Shepard, Armani Williams, John Lee Price, and Javon Harris conspired to set fire to Bar 5015 in June 2020. A jury trial for the other suspects in this case has been scheduled for March 2026. On June the 12th, 2020, Lynn Price had allegedly recruited a group that included Williams, John Price, Shepard, and Javon Harris. The charges allege Williams, John Price, and others were involved in pouring gasoline at the entrance ramp before igniting a fire at Bar 5015 on June 20th, 2020. Girl, for those who don't know, Bar 5015 is a bar that was like right down the street, like walking distance. Girl, you could walk there with your kids. Um, it was literally right down the street from Turkey Leg Hut. I've only been there like one time. I went there, I think it was the last summer. Girl, they pissed me off, girl. Girl, I went there. One of my friends from college, Java, she had came to Houston, and I went out to meet her, and she was there. And I remember I had on a sleeveless shirt. Girl, it was hot as fuck. Girl, it was hot as fuck outside. Okay, girl, for the girls who be in Houston know what I'm talking about. Girl, be hot as fuck outside. You know I'm a cutoff girl. Okay, you know I'm quick to cut some sleeves off something. Girl, it was hot as hell outside. So I walked up to the bar. I was literally across the street. Not even. Girl, I'm talking about across the street. And I guess the man just assumed, which his assumption was correct. I guess he assumed I was coming to the bar. Girl, he looked at me and tapped his arms and waved his finger like, Girl, you got to turn back around. I said, girl. So I told my friend I wasn't coming, but I ended up going. She was like, come, I haven't seen you in forever. I was like, okay. So I had to go home, even though it was right up the street. Girl, I went home, threw on a long sleeve button down shirt. Girl, it's too hot to be outside in long sleeve shirts. So, anyways, girl. But yeah, it was a cute. It's a cute little crowd. I remember one of the bartenders was fine as hell, but you know the bartenders who know they fine, and it's like, girl, you doing too much. Girl, you fine, but now you're not even fine no more because girl, you know you fine and you doing a lot. Anyways, so Lynn Price and his co-conspirator agreed to provide payment to the crew tasked with starting the fire, according to the indictment. Baby, girl, they say Lynn. Early that morning, Williams and an unnamed co-conspirator purchased gasoline, gas cans, and face coverings at a truck stop in Houston. Williams then drove to and parked near the bar in a black Ford Fusion, according to the indictment. They entered the deck area and poured gasoline across the deck and down the entrance ramp. Then at 4:44 a.m., Williams and the unnamed co-conspirator lit a piece of paper and ignited the trail of gasoline. By 4:47 a.m., Lynn Price received a phone call to let him know the arson was complete. Lynn Price and the others are charged with conspiracy to commit arson and face up. I'm sorry, conspiracy to commit arson and face up to 20 years in federal prison, as well as a possible $250,000 maximum fine. Some buildings and home near the scene sustained damage as well. Girl, from what the people said, the explosion was so big that people's houses were shaking, bitch. And then y'all know, girl, no tea, no sugar. I can't be telling y'all everything I done heard, girl. Okay? Um, Girl, and then y'all remember one time, Turkey Leg Hut, they have an office in the back. Well, they had an office because, you know, they closed down. Girl, all of a sudden, girl, the office was caught on fire. And this was after The turkey leg couple split after the lady left the man because she said he was abusive. I forgot what type of abusive. I don't know if it was physical, mental, emotional, but I know she said he was abusive. Um, I mean, girl, quiet as it's kept. If he doing, girl, allegedly, I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay, I wasn't there, so I don't know what's going on. But girl, if he doing all of this, blowing up buildings and shit, girl, I'm sure he knocking a bitch head between a washer and a dryer. Hello, okay. Bitch, if you doing all of this, if you got the dick and balls to set buildings on fire, then you ain't got no issue knocking a bitch head between a washer and a dryer. Do you hear me? Okay? Be very clear. Like I said, I wasn't there, so I don't know. I don't have nothing to do with nothing that I'm talking about. None of us do, okay? Except for the people we talking about. Anyways, um, on June 18th, 2020, a surveillance video was released to the public showing four men walking into bar 5015 with 5-gallon containers of fluid and pouring the fluid throughout the property. One of the men caused the explosion after pushing a trailer of fire down a ramp where fumes had accumulated, causing the deck to explode. Baby. They said they were instructed by Lynn to do that. Can I say something? Girl, I always wonder when stuff like this happens, like the people that are involved, like what do you have going on in your life to the point where like you're willing to do some shit like this? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like if somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you for a gig," and I'm like, "Okay, well, girl, what's the gig? Like, girl, what you want me to do? Like, do a little YouTube video, host a little shindig, what's the tea? Do a little panel, right? You want to fly me out? I'm getting flued out to, talk, do what I do." And then they tell me, "Well, I need you to go set a building on fire." Girl, who? Girl, I don't do that type of carrying on. You got the wrong bitch. You hear me? So it's like, what do you have going on to the point where you're like, oh, okay. Like, are you already like a felon and you just feel like you can't get a job, the money is low? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, what happens in these cases when people do things like this? Is it because they're just down, like they just really just like they already have a fucked up life and it's not getting any better? They really need the money. Like, I don't know, because I know for a fact I don't see myself doing no shit like that, like at all. Girl, if anything, girl, I'm gonna take out, girl, I'm gonna be scared that you even asked me. You're like, why would you even ask me some shit like that? What have I put out there in the universe? Well, girl, you could ask me to do some shit like that. Now you might could ask me to get on the internet and be messy and do a panel and talk about these motherfuckers. But that's as far as I'm gonna go. And even then, girl, I still be watching what I say. Okay? Like I'm doing now. Baby. The girls already heard the stories that surround the turkey leg hut. Girl, they said Lynn was up there fucking the waitresses and shit. I don't know, girl. I wasn't there. Girl, I don't. Let me shut up. I agree. They said it was a lot going on at the turkey leg hut. That's what they said. Now I'm stuttering and shit. I got nervous, girl. Let's move on. Shout out to Lynn. I will say though. Now I'm trying to clean it up. Lynn was a nice looking man though. I saw him in person. He is a girl. That's a nice looking man, baby. Even I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, he a little crazy. He a little crazy. He a little crazy, but girl, he kind of fine though. I give him that much. He was kind of fine when I saw him. I said, oh, he a little crazy though. And I saw him after him and the lady split up. I'm not gonna, yeah, girl. That's what he was doing. He had another business. Let me shut up, girl. Anyways, I had saw him in person, like around town. And I was like, oh, girl, he's very handsome. Mm-hmm. Anyways. So, girl, it sound like they all about to go. What it sound like is, girl, they all about to go to jail. Okay? That's what it sound like. Baby, I'm all down for getting to the money. I show you how to get to the money. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. I show you how to get to the money. Come on. Baby, I'm all down for getting to the money, but it's like, girl, some stuff I'm just not willing to do, girl. Girl, not some stuff, a lot of girl, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I'm just not willing to do. Mm-mm. It's already, girl. Believe it or not, y'all. Also, can we talk? We just talking today. I already be feeling bad sometimes when I come down to the internet and drag people. I really do sit back sometimes, and I remember, girl, I was like cringy. Like I was literally like, oh my god. Somebody posted a clip of me on Twitter. Excuse me. I think I was talking about Portia or somebody. I can't remember. And I was just like, oh my God, girl, I cannot believe you really got your black ass down to the internet and said some shit like that. So sometimes I do like, girl, I just be like, oh, girl, you be doing too much sometimes. Um, and I feel bad about that. So it's like even with the stuff that we do down to YouTube, I sometimes be like, you shouldn't have went that far. You took it too far. Like, and believe it or not, girl, I know, we get down here and we do a whole bunch of girl and snapping our fingers. But I do sometimes feel bad because one, I'm a man. And I do, I do have like some old school ways, some. Not necessarily a traditionalist, but some stuff, I just, I really do believe that men shouldn't really just talk too harsh. I mean, girl, you can get talked about. Everybody can get talked about. But I do believe, girl, there's a line that men shouldn't cross. And sometimes I'll be feeling like, girl, you cross that line. You know what I'm saying? But then I also start to feel good because then I start to think about some of the shit that these niggas be saying. Because these straight niggas be wearing y'all out. Can we just talk about it? These straight niggas be wearing y'all out. No shade, but they do. And I know I don't say half of the shit they be saying. Um, like I don't believe in girl, I don't believe in men not working. I'm not talking about somebody who just got laid off from a job. Someone, people get laid off from the. I'm not talking about that type of man, cause shit like that happens. The man I'm talking about, the lazy, sorry ass niggas. Girl, I can't stand a nigga who don't work. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand a sorry ass nigga. Oh, I swear to God, I can't. I cannot stand a sorry ass man. I don't give a fuck if you, girl. Let me tell you, I don't give you, girl. I don't care about your sexual. If you identify as a man, bitch, you better be bringing in some type of income. And that's all I got to say. If I find that you don't work, you gonna have to explain to me. You gonna have to tell me, I just got laid off from my job. Oh, okay. They cut back on my job, and I was one of the ones that cut. Oh, okay. He looking for employment. Okay, that's different. Why you don't work, man? I'm just trying to, man. I don't want to work for the white man, girl. What? Girl, you don't get the fuck out of my face. Why you don't work? Oh, man. Man, it's the system, man. Man. They try to keep a brother down. Girl, if you don't get your ass up, go get a motherfucking job. Why don't you work? Man, I ain't, man, these white people, dog. Man, I'm trying to live out, I'm trying to live out my dream. Well, bitch, you need something to fund the dream, nigga. Girl, don't get your ass up and go to work. But you one thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain, bitch, I ain't never had no problem getting no motherfucking job. Hello? Let me tell y'all something. I have worked jobs as a grown ass man that I was really embarrassed to work, but I had no choice because, girl, I'm a grown ass man. Before any girl, now I'm not gonna say before anything, girl, but before a lot of shit, I'm a grown ass man. I really am. We can come down here and play and kiki and giggle, but bitch, I work, baby. I'm gonna get me a job. I have worked jobs where I was just like, "Ooh, girl, your life is in the pits." Girl, you gonna have to come up with a game plan. I remember I worked at Macy's, and I think I was making like $6 and some change, y'all. Or was it $7? Whatever it was like whatever the minimum wage was legally, that's what I was making. Yes. And girl, I just had to work there until I could find something better. And then find something better. And then find something better. Girl, it was a mess, girl. I still remember that, girl. It was horrible. Ooh, it was horrible. I think I was what, 20. I think I was like, I can't remember, girl. Probably pushing 30. 28, 29. I can't remember, but I was old though. I wasn't my current age, but I was, I wasn't like 17, 18, 19, 20, no shit like that. But yeah, sometimes a girl gotta do what a girl gotta do. And that's just what it is. I can't stand no sorry ass man. I just don't. I can't stand a sorry ass. I don't like a man. I don't like when men take. I don't like when men take money from women. I don't. I know it's a double standard. I be the first one coming down here telling y'all, bitch, I better get y'all motherfucking money from these niggas and these divorces. But let a man take money from a woman in a divorce, I be like, ugh. Because I be like, ugh, you a grown ass man. You a grown ass man, and you really taking you taking money from a bitch? Like, you a trifling nigga. No, you are the bitch. That's why I be trying to tell y'all these niggas are the bitches, baby. Y'all don't like to listen to me, girl. The new bitches are the niggas. I be trying to tell y'all don't like to listen to me. Anyways. And stop letting niggas flip y'all income tax checks. Ugh, y'all make me sick with that shit. He gonna flip it. He gonna flip what? Girl, that's the most money. That's their income tax season is probably the most money that people see at one time. Okay? And girl, you give it to a nigga to let him flip it. You better flip your ass out my motherfucking face, nickel. Anyways. All right, y'all, let's move on. So listen. I don't care what nobody say. When I say I absolutely go up for Tia Kemp, I do. She my type of bitch. I swear to God she is. Okay, she ignorant as fuck. But that's my girl. I'm not gonna say I agree with everything she be saying, but who do? Okay? Cause y'all don't agree with everything I say, and y'all still love me. Shout out to y'all for fucking with me, even when I say some off the wall shit. Um, but Tia Kemp is my girl. Okay, so there was a video that I saw of Tia. I didn't know she had a grandson, but Tia Kemp has a grandson, and she was saying how the grandson is not communicating, and the grandson is 19 months old. Well, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and play this clip of Tia, um, and then we're going to talk.
I had to tell him he don't hear him talk. I'm taking him to that mailman center. See what's wrong with him. Cause he should have been saying something to me. He should be saying yeah more to me by now. I ain't gonna single him out. I ain't gonna motherfucking hold back. If I could talk about y'all children, I'm gonna talk about theirs. I told him. He don't say shit. Y'all don't notice this shit? They stick around, look around and tell me stupid. I say, he not saying nothing yet. I don't hear him say shit. Something wrong. I ain't Einstein daughter, but bitch, I ain't motherfucking goddamn the turtle daughter. Could tell you that. I ain't the turtle daughter, and I ain't Einstein daughter, but bitch, I am borderline. Okay? I'm sharp. I know what the fuck should be going on. Bitch, you don't play with me. Something going on. DeAndre looked at me and said, you talking about my baby. I say, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck whose on it is. Dog should be saying something when I walk in that door. We be gone a week. We come in this door, he look at us. Niggas should be running up to us. He is 19 months, okay? He 19 months. Check his hearing. He can fucking hear. He could motherfucking hear. Because when I say, DeAndre, or shrimp, he look at me. But when I say yeah, Ma, it's Elmo. Say him. Say blue. Red. Apple. Banana. You hungry? No, mine was saying shit.
I agree with every word Tia said. This is the problem, and I don't have any kids, okay? So let me just go ahead and put that out there. I don't have any kids, and I'm so blessed not to have any. Ain't God good? Okay? Because believe it or not, girl, you know my ex-boyfriend, he had a I know the girl's gonna be like, well, girl, you gay. They don't have nothing to do with nothing, girl. You know how many gays, girl, I know they got kids. My ex-boyfriend, when I met him, he had a 4-year-old daughter. I think now she is 20. She graduated from college now. Hello? Baby, I used to be a stepdaddy, baby. Hello? So anyway, shout out to her. Um, but anyways, so this is what I feel. There are certain things that happen in our lives that we should be able to do. There are certain milestones that happen that we should um, be accomplishing, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with noticing that there might be something wrong. So, and I've told this story before. I have 3 nieces: Tatum, Sloan, Bailey. Tatum, baby, like she took off. Babies already be making, when you really think about it, babies already be making noises. And, you know what I mean? Well, besides crying, they be making noises and stuff trying to talk, Like earlier, I don't want to put a time on it, but what a month old, 3 weeks old, of the girl of 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I can't remember, I don't know. But they already making noises, right? So by 19 months, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I don't have a certificate in anything that I'm saying. I'm just saying that in comparison to other kids, you would think that by 19 months you would be saying something. And if you're not, that doesn't mean that something is wrong with the baby, but you just want to make sure that there isn't anything wrong with the baby. You see what I'm saying? So I think it was Sloan. Sloan wasn't really talking the way that Tatum was talking. And so my sister was nervous, like, what's going on? Because baby Tatum was running her motherfucking mouth. Okay? And here comes Sloan. And I think we had the same issue. I think we had the same issue with Bailey. But of course, it's not like you're comparing your children, but you're comparing them because it's like, well, when I had Bailey, this is what happened. When I had this one, this is what happened. When I had this one, this is what happened. Baby, now, baby, you can't get Sloan, baby, baby. When I tell you, baby, Sloan, baby, the other day, she got mad at me. I played a trick on her, and she told me you traumatized me, girl. We had went out to eat, and I pretended that I didn't have my card. I was paying, and I was like, "Well, Sloan, I thought that you were gonna pay because you asked me, can I come out to eat with you? So because you said, Uncle Rodney, can I come out to eat with you? And I said, yes, I assumed that you were paying." And so I was pretending that I didn't have my card. And why this girl burst I said we all going to jail. Girl, why she burst out crying in the middle of the restaurant? I said, oh my God. Girl, I was just joking. She was like, oh my God, Uncle Rodney, why would you traumatize me like that? I said, traumatized? I said, oh, girl, now the girl's going to be growing up talking about, girl, I don't traumatize them. Anyways, but yeah, so all I'm saying is Tia is not wrong for noticing that there could be something wrong with her grandson. That does not mean that something is wrong with her grandson. But I think the problem that a lot of people have, and this is the issue, y'all take not y'all, but y'all, shout out to the diva, Erica De Niro TV. Not y'all, but y'all. Y'all have this thing where if you say anything about a child, you deem it as like just talking about the child, right? And that's exactly why sometimes your children are walking around here and their content mastery. You know, they're in a classroom with 5 people, and one of the persons in the room is the teacher. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Because sometimes there are things that should be happening in that child's life, things that you probably could have prevented as a parent if you would have took the initiative to go make sure that everything was lining up. You see what I'm saying? But no, you get offended and get upset because you think somebody's talking about your child. Baby, ain't nobody talking about your child. We're just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Okay, we're talking about the child, but not in the way we're talking about the child, but not in the way that you're trying to make it seem. We're talking about your child because I see that at 19 months old, your child is not doing what other children normally do. And that does not mean that that something could be wrong with your child. But y'all just want to sit around and pray about it or hope that it's not what it is instead of really going to the doctor and letting the professional say, "Oh no, they're fine." Or, we'll see in a month, and if not, we'll put them, in what is it called? Not classes. Like therapy, speech therapy, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I talked about this on Patreon, and I'm gonna tap on it, and I'm gonna be done with it. I don't even want to say it. I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna say it. I already talked about it. I was about to bring up Krishan and Blueface. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. All I'm saying is this: is when it is not, it is not necessarily your fault if your child is developmentally delayed. You can do everything by the book and your child be born special needs, um, may be born, you know, and they're not as progressive as other kids. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. With that being said, if you out here drinking and smoking, fighting, and if you out here doing drugs and all types of shit, and if your child comes out developmentally delayed, then I will point a finger at you. I will. I will. I will. I will. I will. Again, I'm not saying that if your child is special needs, that it's your fault, because it's not. I'm saying, however, if I look at your story and I see that you was a gutter snipe while you were carrying your child, and you were, girl, tossing back bottles of Tito's and Casamigos and smoking and fighting, then I will say, bitch, that probably played a part into why your child is the way that she or he or they is. Bitch, when you tossing back bottles of Tito's, what the fuck you thought was gonna happen? Anyways, let me shut up. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Because I happened to fucked around and said the wrong thing. Y'all have a good day. Bye.